late. That's how I always run. Anyway, welcome to whopinneditbest.com. I am super excited to launch my website and get things going. One more technical difficulty. That's why they call it live. Let me get a little more light on in here. Whew, it is exciting times. All right, now you can see me a little better. First of all, I just want to say thanks again for joining me. I thought I'd give you a little background as to why you should even try the recipes that I try. I am a baker by nature. You could say it's in my blood. My great-grandma actually created several recipes that have been patented or copyrighted. And my grandma was a fantastic cook as well. My mom is a fantastic cook. And actually I married into a fantastic cook family. My father-in-law is an executive chef. He worked in some of the gourmet restaurants in Las Vegas to start his career. So I picked up quite a few fantastic recipes from him as well. So, just a little more, I love trying new recipes. It's kind of my laboratory to experiment in the kitchen. And like I've said before in some of my other posts and videos, I like trying new recipes right before dinner parties, which is not the smartest way to do it, but I just can't help myself sometimes. So I wanted a way to know if the recipe I was going to try would be successful or not. And so I created this website. I've been a pinaholic for years. My Pinterest boards are just loaded with pins that I've never tried before. And I thought, okay, why don't I just start there? I'll start with some of the pins that I've already tried. I'll research some of the current pins and see how they compare head to head. Put them in the octagon. Before I get a little further on, let me get to know you a little bit better. First of all, I hope you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Smiles, smiley faces, yeses. I'm trying to see through the comments here. So first question of the night is, what is your favorite recipe? What is the go-to for your family Sunday night dessert or Monday night dinner or rainy day comfort food? What's your family's go-to favorite recipe? Share just the name of it in the comments. Email me with a copy of the recipe, and maybe I'll throw it into one of the tournaments if you're okay with that. Obviously only with your permission. I'm there. So while you're typing in what's your favorite family recipe, I am going to draw a name for our first giveaway. It's these fancy dancy spatulas. They have the logo Who Pinned It Best on there because I love to craft as well. And so if I can combine the two, why not? So I've got two spatulas. We're going to pull them out of my fun Halloween cauldron here. Let's see who gets the first spatula. It is going to Lisa Benson. Hi Lisa, I hope you're joining us. If not, I will get it to you. But Lisa gets one of the spatulas for Who Pinned It Best, so she can make the yummy pancakes that are on the blog right now. Let's see who gets the next one. It is Jessica Lakey. Thanks so much for liking and following the page. Get your entries. Jessica, you get one of these fancy dancy pancake spatula flippers, whatever they're called. I hope you'll enjoy them. So pancakes are actually what started the blog here. One late night, my husband and I were, one of those random conversations that you have, and we decided to rank the different foods that I do make. And my pancakes got a 2 out of 10, and my chocolate chip cookies, right here, got a 9 out of 10. That's actually one of my father-in-law's recipes. And you can get the recipe for the chocolate chip cookies if you sign up for the email newsletters. I send a password so you get instant access to these exclusive recipes for those who have joined my email newsletter. So go to the website whopinneditbest.com, sign up for the email newsletters. You get an email with the password so you can get access to that recipe for these fantastic chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so chocolate chip cookies got 9 out of 10, and I thought, well, I might as well find a great pancake recipe. So I started, that's what we do. We go to Pinterest, we scroll. That one looks good. Oh, I like that picture. And we just pin a few, and then we go and we try one, whatever feels good at the time. And so I started trying different pancake recipes, and it was kind of hard to tell from one day to the next which pancake was the best. So I was like, fine, I'm just going to make a whole bunch of pancakes all in one morning. You can try half of a pancake from each recipe and see which one you like best. So that's why you need a pancake spatula. So to make it a little easier to manage for the blog, I choose 12 recipes from each category, and the recipes are then broken up into 3 preliminary rounds. So there's 4 recipes per preliminary round, kind of get into that, March Madness tournament bracket idea here. And the winner from each of the preliminary rounds goes on to the final round. So there's 3 winning recipes in the final round, and occasionally I'll throw in my own tried and tested recipe that I think might be able to hold up against some of these winning recipes. And then from that final round, whichever gets the most vote, whichever recipe gets the most votes, is the winner. My family is the majority of the taste testers because they're here and they're willing or not so willing participants, but I also have fantastic neighbors who are more than happy to help taste test these yummy recipes, and they provide me with their votes. I give them a little ranking sheet so they can tell me which one they liked best. And so I tally up all the votes, and that's who determines which recipe wins and goes on from the next round or gets crowned in the final round. Alright, so that's a whole bunch of talking. I want to get to know you a little bit more. I'm trying to remain calm here. Breathe. First time on camera, live. Okay, so my second question for you tonight is, what is the hardest part of being in the kitchen? Is it hardest to try new recipes? Is it hardest to keep the kitchen clean? Is it hardest to find a recipe that your whole family will like? What is hardest about being in the kitchen for you? So take a couple minutes, answer that question for me. I wish I could see what they are. Okay, I will get back to you at the end of this tonight and answer those comments. But I really want to hear from you, because that's why I created the blog, is so that I can help you enjoy your time in the kitchen more. So while you're finishing up answering that question, what's hardest about being in the kitchen? I'm going to tell you one of the hardest things I have is keeping my weight off. I still have more to lose, but speaking of scales, I have my favorite kitchen tool here. This is an OXO Good Grips 5-pound food scale. I love my food scale. I am a super fan of the Great British Baking Show, and I have a few of their cookbooks, and all of them are in the metric system, so grams, not cups, and I actually found that I enjoy measuring even my American recipes with cups as well, or with my food scale, not in cups. So my chocolate chip cookie recipe, I measure out the ingredients, because you scoop up the flour and it looks like it's a cup, but sometimes flour gets really compacted in there, so it's actually more flour than what the recipe originally called for. Maybe that's why your cookies are turning out too hard or too chewy or too whatever. Maybe that's why your bread's not rising enough, because you thought it was an even cut, but it's not. So you use your food scale and you get way more accurate results every time, more consistent results every time. So let's find out who's getting my favorite kitchen tool here. It is Joan Bowman! Yay, Joan! I hope you love it. I love this. I could not live without my kitchen scale. I use it all the time. So super Way to go, Joan. Thanks for liking. Thanks for following the page. If you really wanted the kitchen scale and I didn't pull your name out, I will be including affiliate links in the comment section later. So you can go through that link and find the exact kitchen scale that I use and love here. And because it's an affiliate link, I just have to let you know, I do receive a small commission if you purchase through that link, but it does not cost you a penny more. It's the exact same price for you, but I just get that small little kickback for providing you with the link. So anyway, so check back for that affiliate link if you wanted the kitchen scale and you didn't get it. Let's move on. A little more introduction about me and my family as one of my kids walks in. So my husband and I have been married for, let's see, about 14 years now, and just over 14 years. And we met at Utah State University, go Aggies. Shortly thereafter, our first son was born about a year and a half into our marriage, so he is now a teenager. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do about that. Then our middle son, Jacob, was born. And Jacob actually teaches us new things every day about being a parent because he has some special needs. So we're learning all that's entailed in being a parent in a million different ways that we didn't realize with our special needs child there. Our youngest is a princess. She is 4 going on 14. And she teaches us how special life is every day. She cracks us up all the time. Couldn't live without our princess. We also have a dog and a cat to throw it in the mix there. So that's our family. So just, let me think. All right, so let's move on to question number 3. Princess is trying to peek into the picture here. You want to say hi? I know, they look so yummy, huh? She wants a Rice Krispie treat over here. Okay, so question number 3 is, what scares you most about trying new recipes? It's kind of what the whole blog premise is about, and so I just want to be able to answer those questions for you, help you guys out. I need you guys to go over there, okay? Thank you. See you in a minute. In a minute, okay? All right. So what scares you most about trying new recipes? Is it the failure that they won't work out? Is it wasting the ingredients and the time? Let me know what I can do to help you so that you don't have to worry about trying new recipes. Obviously, I'm hoping that you can try the new recipes that I provide because you know that they've been tested and you know that you can find success with them, that your family will enjoy them. While you are answering that, I'm going to share one of our family's favorites. Not the cookie cutter yet. I know everybody's excited about the cookie cutter. The cookie scoops, though, because you got to have cookie scoops. It just makes making cookies that much easier. And anything that can make life easier in the kitchen is what I'm all about. So, cookie scoops. We've got 3 different sizes in this box. I only ever use the large if I'm making it for my family, but if I'm making samples for the neighbors, I'll make the small one. But you use whatever size you think is best. So let's see, who's getting the cookie scoop? Here, let me pull out Amber Nielsen. Amber, you get the cookie scoops. Maybe it's not quite gingerbread cookie time in Vegas, but maybe you could make some chocolate chip cookies with this cookie scoop. So enjoy, Amber. I'll get that sent off to you. All right. I've already explained a little about this, but I just wanted to share a little bit about why I created the blog. I kind of just led into that. I want to make it easier for you. I love it, and I know that, like, you know, when you think about grandma's house or time with your mom, well, with my mom anyway, with my grandma's, it was all about making things in the kitchen, and it's just those fun memories. And I want to be able to do that with my kids. I still have one that's home all day long, and like I mentioned, I have one with special needs that I want to have that hands-on time with him. So being in the kitchen provides me with that. We also, as a family, love doing family dinner together. We try and make that a priority so that we can connect with each other, check in at the end of the day. And one of the best ways to do that is over some good home-cooked food. So I'm trying out the different recipes so that you can just whip one up and have family dinner and have that time together and make those memories as a family. I also realized, with this lovely pandemic that we're going through, you don't always have access to your favorite restaurants and the favorite foods that you like to eat at those restaurants. And there's tons and tons of copycat recipes on Pinterest, but of course, like we know, they don't always exactly turn out the way that we want them to. So one of the first ones that I've actually got on the blog right now, or that I'm finishing posting this week, is for Mongolian beef. That's one of my husband's favorite takeouts, and my whole family actually loved taste testing the Mongolian beef recipes. So if it's something for dinner, it's a little different than like a goodie or a treat type thing. If it's a dinner, I do 8 recipes. I do 2 at a time because that's a lot of food to prepare at once, and it's a lot of food to eat over a short amount of time. You can only have the same thing so many days in a row for leftovers. But Mongolian beef is fantastic for leftovers. Check out the recipe on the blog. I'm going to get the rest of that tournament up this week. In order to make Mongolian beef though, you really ought to have a sharp knife because you got to slice up all that flank steak, and it can take forever. So this is my favorite knife sharpener. It's amazing. It works so well, and I've tried a whole bunch of different ones. This is something that my father-in-law introduced me to, actually. It was one of those surprise Christmas gifts that you're like, gee, thanks, and then you're like, wow, that was amazing, thank you so much. Takes a minute to really appreciate how awesome the gift was. But I'm giving this to some lucky person. So let's see who gets my favorite knife sharpener. It's just going to make Thanksgiving dinner that much easier too. Jana Lee Johnson! Yay! You get my knife sharpener. You'll have to PM me your address so that I can send this to you. Again, I will include affiliate links for that in the comments when we're all finished up here, because it really is amazing. You can use it on serrated knives, you can use it on your butcher, your French, whatever kind of knife you have, you can sharpen it with that, and it makes cutting so much easier. It's actually a lot safer to use a sharp knife than it is to use a dull knife, because you don't have to use as much pressure, so you have more control over your knife slices. Keep it safe, keep your fingers on. Yes, I've got a couple of scars from dull knives. I've really enjoyed having that. One other thing about me is I love to party. I love going to parties, and I love hosting those parties. I love having my friends over. I think last year I hosted 4 or 5 baby showers all in one year. It's a lot, but it's something that I enjoy doing. I like cooking up. I like making the foods match the theme. I like, the decoration part. That's where all my crafty comes out. But I also take this idea of trying different recipes into our parties sometimes. For our New Year's Eve parties, we've done taste testing local pizzas, and we've done taste testing local donuts. I mean, that was a tough one to get people to come to. Come try a whole bunch of free donuts. Tell me which one you like best. They were like lining up. It's a lot of fun, and I've got some printables coming that you can host your own taste testing events, or even go through a whole bunch of banana bread recipes and have your friends try them out, or have them bring their own. Anyway, I've got the printables coming, so to help you have a successful dinner party evening. Of course, keep it, safe within COVID-19 regulations. One of the things that I frequently host at my parties, or serve at my parties that I host, is chicken salad. It's a go-to favorite around here. I could make chicken salad once a week and we would never get sick of it. I found some fantastic chicken salad recipes that I taste tested, and wow, I didn't realize you could add so much to a chicken salad, and it really just bumps up the flavor. But a lot of those recipes called for fresh herbs, and in order to help with all that chopping, let me ask my question, and then I'll share what I'm giving away. So the question is, what intimidates you most about hosting a party? Is it the cleaning? Is it the cooking beforehand? Is it not knowing if your recipes will be okay? What is it that is the hardest part about hosting for you? Some of mine is getting my house clean, because I can clean it and 5 minutes later my kids have made a mess with it. But I've got some tips and tricks to help so you can have a successful dinner party and not stress about the rest. Alright, so answer that question, what intimidates you most about hosting a party? And in order to help you make faster chicken salad, because it's amazing, I've got these multi-blade scissors. They're specifically for cutting herbs. So you take the little sprig of, maybe not rosemary, but parsley, cilantro, any of those little green ones, basil would be a really good one. And you take the scissors, you hold the sprig, and you just use the scissors a couple of times, because there's so many blades, it'll give you that nice little even pieces of the herbs. So who's going to win the herb scissors? Denise Dumas! Yay! Thanks again for liking the page, following the page. Sign up for the email so that you can get exclusive access to the recipes. Denise, I've got those coming your way. All right. Moving on, as you can see here, we love holidays around here. I have 2 or 3 big Rubbermaid totes full of decorations for every holiday. This little lovely cauldron made with family and friends several years ago, and it's been a conversation piece ever since then. We add a little bit here and there every year. Usually it's full of candy. Tonight I thought it would be fun to pull the names out of there. Anyway, I want to know, what's your favorite holiday traditions? What traditions do you have? What's your favorite holiday recipe? Or maybe what's a traditional holiday recipe that you don't like, that you would love to find a better recipe for it? I am not a pumpkin pie fan. I know that that's like sacrilegious to say, but it's not my favorite. I found one that I really like, but nobody else in my family likes. So if I make it, I half the recipe and I make it into little individuals that I can, eat over the next few days. But what's your favorite traditions? We always make gingerbread houses. Sometimes it's out of graham crackers, sometimes it's out of gingerbread. This year, it'll probably be out of gingerbread, and it probably won't stay put together for very long, because we'll eat it, because I found some amazing gingerbread recipes. But to go along with that, you've got to have your Ginger Dead cookie cutter. I was so excited when I found this. I think a lot of people are excited about this as well. So who's going to win the Ginger Dead cookie cutters? Kathy Bryson! Yay, Kathy, thanks so much for liking the page and following. I appreciate all of your support with this. I have fantastic friends that I've known throughout the years, and I'm so appreciative of all of the support that I've received as I begin this new venture. I'm hoping it'll help you in the kitchen. Again, like I said, I just want to make time in the kitchen more fun, so you can make those memories, so you can continue to enjoy the things that you need to do. And it gives you something to do this time of year when we're probably going into quarantine again. So one last topic that I want to discuss is where the blog is headed. I've got a lot of fun things planned as I get a little bigger, as I figure out a little more of this blogging stuff. And so I want to just encourage you to join my email newsletters. I am still learning how to send those out, but I've spent a ton of time on that platform over the last few days, and I am going to have fantastic email newsletters that will give you all the insider info about what's coming up with the blog. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've got a lot of holiday recipes that I'm taste testing right now, so they're ready to go when you need them. Because it's crazy to think that we're a month and a half away from Thanksgiving, which is kind of a big deal for blogs, especially food blogs. Anyway, so I just, again, I want to encourage you to join me in the kitchen. The best way to do that is through my email newsletters, because then you don't have to worry about whether or not some of these social media platforms are not showing you everything. You'll always have access to whatever I'm working on. Again, exclusive access to these recipes and insider info about all the fun stuff that's coming up. So our last giveaway is this fancy dancy apron here with that super cute logo. Who pinned it best? I actually have 2 of these, so let's see who else is gonna join me cooking in the kitchen. Lisa Benson! Yay, Lisa! Is that your second win? She did lots of things. Oh, I can't just pick from there. I'm gonna have to go again here. Let me see, who else? Who gets the second apron here? Christina Barchi! Yay! I am so grateful for my fantastic friends, for all that they do for me. Thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for helping in the kitchen, or joining me in the kitchen, and thanks for joining me in this first Facebook Live event. I can't wait to share more of these fantastic recipes with you, and all of the fun plans that I have for the blog. So we'll see you later. Thanks again. Mwah!
And have a happy Halloween.